Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are, whatever time of day you're watching this, my beautiful friends. Thank you for tuning in. Um, Tomorrow's Friday. I got a long day. I got a long day on a Friday. Breakfast meeting at 8, networking meeting, and then appointment, and then virtual stuff. So we'll see how this weekend goes. We are a 24/7 technology, cybersecurity support company. So any questions that a PC or Mac user, we're 24/7. So some days we get lots of calls, and other days it's just, price checking, customer service, people asking for free support. Every day's different, but tomorrow's Friday, and network in the morning, and a whole bunch of on-site service calls. So I'll make this short. I think the description of this video was, it takes the same amount of effort to be successful as it does to be lazy and unsuccessful. And I know a lot of people struggle with being productive. A lot of people blame it on three-letter things like ADD. People got issues. People blame their inability to do stuff on labels that society, family, friends, doctors have given them, right? And I just want to say that I ran into this with technology a lot with customers, because people want to hold on to a computer or printer or piece of technology that they spent good money on. I'm not doubting that they spent good money on that technology 3 years ago, 5 years ago, 8 years ago, 10 years ago. There's still probably printers out there that are 15, 20 years old, but they work until they don't, and then it takes you like 2, 3, 4, 5 hours of cleaning and troubleshooting to get that printer working. But I understand people don't want to throw stuff out, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So just saying, it takes the same amount of effort to keep something old running as it keeps to be really efficient with something new. So generally, what we suggest to people is to buy something new and test it. And then test it compared to the old one, because I'm not saying new is better than old, but a lot of times it is. Or it's less frustrating, or the ink's cheaper, or the tone, or the consumables, right? You got paper, like printer for you. The reason I'm bringing this up is tomorrow morning, I'm going to have to really stretch my schedule, because I've got a client who wants to go horseback riding at 10:30, and I need to be there before 10:30 because I try to help her remotely today, and we got some stuff done, but the rest of the issues are with her phone. And anyway, long story short, her printer is half melted. And you're going to be shocked. I'm like, yes, her printer is half melted. I don't know. I'm assuming it was so she's been using a busted ass printer for probably the whole time of COVID, probably 2, 3 years. I don't see, I see her once or twice a year. She's a instructor, but she does it all over music instructor. She does it all over Zoom, right? So I've had massive issues because it took her a while to get over to faster internet. I got Starlink in there. She'll use a laptop for 10 years. She's still technically using her old MacBook Pro for some stuff, and then her new MacBook Pro, which is like 5 years old at this point, for other stuff. But it's annoying, but I make sure everything works because that is what the client wants, and I just make sure it works. She's had other tech guys come into her life. I've probably been they come in and do stuff, and then they kind of leave, and then she's upset and is like, well, don't let your boyfriend touch stuff. So anyway, so it's one of those things, right? So I told her I can do some of it remotely. Some of it needs to be on site, especially the phone stuff, because if you're not paying attention, I can't step you through fixing your iPhone if you're not paying attention when you're talking to me, right? Anyway, some people are good at touching their phone and stepping through it with me when I'm doing remote troubleshooting, and some aren't. So that's fine. That is a value-added service we provide. We can do both remote and on-site. So anyway, long story short, I think she went to get a new phone without telling me. So of course, stuff on her iPhone doesn't really work. And you're like, Mike, it's not that hard to set up a new phone. And my answer is no, it's not hard to set up a new phone. However, if you don't actually back up it depends who's setting up the new phone. If you go to a cell phone store, what they're going to do is they're just going to sign you into they put a SIM card in your new phone, sign you into iCloud on an Apple or Samsung account or Google or Samsung account on an Android, and cross your fingers everything transfers. But if your system's not backed up with iCloud, you're not going to end up with all your stuff on the secondary device. So normally, what I would anyway, long story. I have an episode about backing up your phone on my YouTube channel. It's season 1 of Don't Get Hacked. My podcast, season 1, Don't Get Hacked, Call Me for Help. The methods of properly backing up your iPhone and Android are on my YouTube channel. I've already made complimentary content for Mupo Entertainment regarding iPhone and Android phone backups and transferring to a new phone. I can't remember basic backups is the episode. I have to go look at the number. Anyway, so providing customer support is interesting, right? So anyway, people buy stuff without telling you, and then they're like, why doesn't it work properly? I'm like, because you didn't call me to set it up. So now I have to come to your house and set it up for you. Anyway, long story. So some people struggle. They'll hold on to the old technology when they really should get something new, but then they don't let you set up the new thing, and you're like, I need to train my end users better. Anyway, so I said, I'm going to come tomorrow, and I'm going to make it really convenient because I'm going to get to the house before you go before you go deal with your horses. And then she's like, well, you need to bring me toner because my printer doesn't work. And I was like, okay, we definitely need an on-site. And then she's like, because I can't find it anywhere. And I was like, oh, wait, she's using a Samsung printer and they don't make them anymore. So I said, it's new printer time. And she's like, well, I don't want a new printer. And I'm like, your scanner doesn't work. She's like, I'm ready to give in. And I was like, wow, you're ready to give in. You're ready to give in and let me bring you a new printer. So I'll keep you posted tomorrow because I'm pretty sure I'm going to show up and she's going to desert me. Hopefully I have all her, I'm sure she's going to desert me and I'm going to have to do all the setup and make sure everything works 100% for the client. So anyway, same amount of energy to be successful as it is to be unsuccessful. Same amount of energy to push back and not upgrade the technology as it is to learn new technology, because energy to get upset when stuff doesn't work versus excited energy setting up new computers and faster stuff that probably gives you more excitement in your life when you have new stuff. It costs money to fix old computers and it costs money to buy new computers. So let that sink in. Same amount of energy. So if you're complaining about stuff, it's the same amount of energy of complaining about a situation than it is to go and actually formulate a plan to fix your problems and move on with your life. Food for thought. That's my update for today. Lots of service calls tomorrow, and having when people need to make changes in their life, and you got to be that motivation for them because they may not have another motivating. I've got a lot of clients that are older and are all divorced or single, so I feel like I'm a counselor sometimes. Anyway, have a good night.